she starts acting like a nut job. She gets angry and irritated for small things, insults me. When she doesn't like the food I make, starts acting insecure and accuses me of losing attraction for her. For example, she wanted to eat chicken sandwiches for dinner last week. Well, I made chicken sandwiches. So she eats all the sandwiches, leaves me with nothing, and told me that they tasted like shit. I wasn't pissed because she left me nothing, but if she didn't like them, then why did she have to eat everything? When I asked her this, she told me that she was hungry. Okay, fine. She does this every time, eats everything I make and calls it shit. I don't argue with her because I work for more than 80 hours a week and I really want to have some peace when I'm at home. So yesterday, a random girl started flirting with me after the gym and asked if I wanted to meet up for her for some drinks. I rejected her and told her that I was married. Then, when I got home, my wife started to hug me and apologize. When I asked her what happened, she told me that her best friend suggested a test for my loyalty. So they asked a mutual friend to flirt with me and asked me out, and I passed. Yay! I'm really pissed. I'm done with her antics. Would I be the asshole if I ask her to move out? In my opinion, I don't think that he is the asshole for asking her to move out. So, let's read the comments. This person said, not the asshole. Suggestions. Tell wife that adults, especially in intimate relationships, don't play games with each other. Life will throw you enough complications without either person stirring up needless difficulties. This best friend is not a friend. Pregnant or not, hormones are not an excuse for childlike behavior. As a matter of fact, being a cohesive front will be necessary for effective parenting. Number 4, in my experience, it will never go well when one person throws the other person out. Separation is best done so long as abuse isn't present, by planning how the two people can entangle their lives with at least damage emotionally and financially to each party. You have to learn to work with her in some way if you intend to parent a child. One other person said, you work over 80 hours a week, but you're somehow home in time to make dinner. And wait, you make multiple chicken sandwiches and your wife eats them all the time. One more thing, plenty of time and energy to go to the gym after working and cooking, huh? Blah. Come on, bro, you're full of it. Ardent Crayon said, if my husband suddenly started acting insane, the first trip would be to a doctor, not to a divorce attorney. If this behavior really did start with pregnancy, it would make more sense to seek a medical opinion on how pregnancy is affecting her and go to counseling. I mean, assume you were pretty committed before this point if you decided to have a baby together. And if she never acted this way before in what I assume has not been a super short relationship, I would be slower to assume this is how things will be for the rest of your life. Feels a little like throwing the baby out with the bath water. One said, this is highly manipulative behavior. I hope this is just a side effect of pregnancy hormones, because if she does things like this all the time, your marriage would be in trouble. Alright, so it looks like in the comment section the majority says that the person is not the asshole if he is she in the wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, now to our second discussion. Am I the asshole for not saying anything about underwear? My 20-year-old daughter and her fiance are currently staying with us. I love my daughter, but she is very difficult and I can't stand her fiance. I gave them a deadline to move out because I can't take this anymore. They got into a massive fight the other day while my wife was out. I guess a pair of my wife's underwear got in with her laundry and she thought he was cheating. I think the fact that she immediately jumped into cheating shows how bad their relationship is. She was waving the underwear around and I recognized them because they had a floral print, but I just let this ridiculous fight go on. My wife came home after about 30 minutes and said they were hers. My wife asked if I didn't realize they were hers and I accidentally laughed. My daughter burst into tears and won't talk to me. Her fiance said we were fucked and left the house, but my wife thought it was funny. Okay, before I delve into the comments, I don't know about this one. I don't think that him intervening would do anything because that is not his relationship. I guess he could have said, hey, that's my wife's underwear. But I don't know. Let's read what the comment said. Alright, first person said that got the most upvotes. ESH, which means everyone's sucks here. Which means that I think they're both in the wrong, or like it's just a mess. Yeah, it says including me because I love to. And then someone said if the OP, which is the original poster, is an asshole, then I am totally an asshole too. This is hilarious. Someone said, you might be the asshole, but I'm living for it. I think people think that it's funny that he didn't say anything. I guess because the kids are still so young and it's kind of funny for them to be arguing like this. And especially because he kind of knows why they're arguing and he knows a little bit of like a secret that they don't know, that they think it would be, that he thinks it's funny not to say anything. Someone said, you're not the asshole. It is not your fight either. Also, it's wild that your daughter would think that her fiance was bringing girls into your house. He earns parents to cheat on and accidentally leave underwear there. This is hilarious and I would have probably laughed too. If I lived with another woman and the same thing happened to me, I feel like I would assume they were hers before anything else. My significant other and I keep our laundry separate and stuff of his still ends up in mine. Someone said, everyone sucks here. Can't complain about people fighting when you could have stopped it, but you don't deserve to have an angry couple in your own home. You're not the asshole if your first thought is cheating, not the other woman that lives in this house, then you've got issues. Alright, what do you guys think? I do agree that maybe he could have mentioned it, but also that's not his responsibility, right? There are other people living in the house and the young kids should have considered other factors instead of just resulting to the fiance cheating. So that's my take on it. she really want to spend that much on the boots. Girl with boots said something along the lines of, "It's fine, I have my dad's credit card, I'm not paying." Which instantly caught my attention because that's not her card. I've told my son multiple times he's never allowed to use my card. So I'm interested to see how this girl thinks she's going to get away with fraud. But had split up from the girls at this point because they found something else. We end up at the same register, me behind, and I see her total hit well over 4 digits. The girl is about to swipe the card and I decide that I can't let her get away with something like this, and someone has to parent this kid if no one else will. I will tell the cashier that isn't her card, but her father's, and I'm not sure she has permission. The girl and the friend turn and glare at me, giving me possibly the dirtiest look I've ever seen. I swear this girl was going to throw a tantrum right there. I don't think she was ever told no. The girl tells cashier her father gave her the card to shop with because it's the store's credit card and it gives him points. Now that I've pointed out it wasn't hers, the cashier tells her that she can't use the card. The girl tries to show ID to prove that they have the last name, and I still tell her that it's fraud. The girl says it's not fraud because she has permission and tells me to mind my own business. I tell her that it is my business that she's doing something illegal. She needs to pay for her own card or I'll call the cops. Girl is pissed now and people are glaring at me. She uses her own card and leaves crying. The cashier looks at me and I tell my husband when I got home, only for him to agree I was in the wrong. In my opinion, I do think she's in the wrong because in the conversation, she heard the girl say that it's her dad's credit card. She's not paying. But she didn't say, my dad doesn't know that I have it. You don't know, maybe the dad gave her permission to buy the boots. Or it was her birthday and he said, hey, have a day to go out and shop with whatever you have. So, I do think she was in the wrong to step in. But let's see what the comment says. Someone said, "You're the asshole, but I get the feeling you're still gonna go home and argue with your husband about it and ignore everything you've learned here." Someone said, "You're the asshole. Plenty of parents hand over their store credit cards for their kid to shop in that store. I can't tell you how many times my parents did the same. I had permission to buy what I wanted or needed and to use their card. has been with us for about 10 months now. He is a great employee and we were thinking about promotions in the next 6 months for him. His job is a high-paying one for a new grad, about $90,000 with commission and base, so we expect a lot from this position. Because of the accident, we let him take 1 month paid leave of absence from work, and he returned a few weeks ago, and his performance is severely lacking. He's super unmotivated, not cold calling, outreaching to prospects for the last 2 to 3 weeks enough since he's come back, sorry. Our whole management team has noticed this and we decided to let him go because we feel like he needed a few months to be able to produce again, and we can't wait that long. We called him into a meeting on Friday afternoon and gave him bad news. He was very calm and rude about it. Told us to go fuck ourselves and got up and went to his desk, grabbed a few things and left. I thought this was very, very unprofessional and rude. I told my boyfriend about all of this and he said that my management team and I are a bunch of asses and pricks with no heart. Alright, before I read the comments, I do think that she is in the wrong. Only because I worked in sales as well, and there have been people who have struggled or have experienced some sort of trauma or depression or something that significantly impacted their lives. So what they could have done was to provide him support. They could have provided him mental health services or counseling to help him with the sadness from his parents passing away. They also could have maybe dropped him to casual, so he's not always on call or always working all the time, because you need that some sort of healing, and especially in sales there's a lot of pressure, so I don't think that him being part-time or full-time would help him anyways. So maybe dropping him back to casual would have been a better idea so he could slowly get back into it. They also could have maybe talked to him about it first before firing him. They could have discussed other alternatives or what other ways they could have helped him. They could have asked him that, how can we help you? But instead they all just resulted to, nope, you're getting fired, that's it. I would have been upset if I was him, if I didn't have any notice or I didn't know anything that was going on prior to me getting fired, because I'd like to know in advance, and I'd like to know how I can improve and what are the steps to go forward with my job. Alright, let's see what they say in the comments. You're the asshole. There were better options than just straight up firing him. Maybe meeting about his job performance, see if he needs counseling. This dude is clearly in the depths of despair, and firing him was immature. That's also what I think. Another person said, you're the asshole. Generally, people receiving a warning about their performance before they get fired. You gave him a bereavement